Hi everyone, we are back in the studio again for another episode of our community podcast. And today we're going to be diving into the fashion industry with these really awesome guests. So I'm really excited for you guys to meet them. We'll start with Sanisha. Hello.
Hi, I'm Sanisha Gurung, and I studied fashion in PowerThru and currently working at Victoria's Secret as an assistant technical designer. And I'm also one of the instructors for the Runway Ready course.
Hi, I'm Prima Rai, and I'm a fashion design student in THEI, and I'm also a fashion instructor in PowerThru. And yeah, hi.
So we're going to begin with our first round, which is just basically to warm us up. And we always play this with all the guests. It's called rapid fire questions. And basically, you don't have to think too much, just whatever's the first answer in your head, that's where you guys are going to go. Okay, so first one is favorite fashion designer.
Alexander McQueen.
Oh yeah, that's a really bold one.
Yeah.
I really like a brand called Mirapollet, and the designer, I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong, his name is Marcelo Gaia. It's a New York-based brand, and he does like really fun silhouette, very feminine with a lot of lace, ruffle, and corsets, very like bridally.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, next one. What's your fashion hot take? Like the Subway takes guy.
Wow, do you have any?
I have a lot.
Oh, okay.
Juicy. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like people can rock anything if they wear it with confidence. Like,
Yeah.
I have a question for a hot take. Do you guys believe in color analysis?
Yeah, it's a little bit, but like it depends. Like it actually depends. Like I don't totally believe. Like, yeah. So for me, my hot takes will be I don't really like when people try to do a lot of like traditional and mix with the modern. Like they will be wearing like we call it in Nepali we call it cholos and all and then wear skirt and the pants underneath. I really don't like
Oh, that is a hot take.
yeah.
That is a hot take. Okay.
Sorry.
what about like something subtle, like those like latcha?
Yeah, you can do that.
With like a
Accessories-
suit. And
Accessories
then,
okay, but if you wear like proper Gunu cholo like the style and wear Crocs.
Oh, that's a no-no.
Okay,
Come
okay,
on.
Yeah, that would be a big no. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really that's my fashion hot take.
Okay, awesome. Next one. This is also gonna be quick. Who's your ultimate fashion icon?
Ooh.
For me, right now, none. Myself.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Maybe like for me, this is a hot take. For me, I don't have a specific fashion icon, but I get a lot of my inspiration from so many different
people,
people on the street, like influencers, Pinterest. So I get it from everywhere. So I don't really have like one icon.
Yeah, it also depends on the mood.
Yeah.
For me, everything depends on the mood. If I'm feeling a little bit
Yeah.
of going crazy, then I'll do that. If I feel like a little bit going like not so crazy, it depends. So for me, no, not following the trends.
That's so awesome. Do you guys think any celebrity is like really well dressed in your opinion? People think of like Zendaya and stuff like that.
No, so you have a stylist, so no.
That's true. All of them have a stylist.
So personally, who dressed up nice?
Any Bollywood or Hollywood celebrities?
Yes, for me at the moment, I really have a lot of like similar style to the Charlie XCX. So I think Charlie XCX have a lot of her own kind of style, and then she does that in her videos as well. So I think like for me, individuality means a lot. So I really like her personality style because it's very casual, very feminine, yet at the same time very masculine.
Oh yeah,
So it's a blend of that.
definitely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think for me it might be a little bit boring, but I really like Hailey Bieber's style.
Oh, okay.
It's very like business
Sorry,
casual.
I made a face.
That's your fashion hot take. Yeah.
Another one.
It's literally very corporate core, like it's giving business, and I really like.
This one's a funny one. When we were all teenagers, and I guess most of us in the 2000s probably, it was still the 2000s, and back then there were things like the side bangs and crazy like eyeliner. What's the biggest fashion crime that you committed as a teenager? You can kind of love it, like what?
I used to be very tomboyish, and I used to be very emo kid, and I hate skinny jeans now, but I used to wear a lot of skinny jeans with a lot of cuts and all, and then I used to wear a lot of stuff. I do still wear a lot of accessories, but then still back and then. And I also wear a lot of band t-shirt and then very tomboys.
Yeah.
And then I used to have like mohawk as well.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people doesn't know
Yeah.
about it. So yeah, I used to be very that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Love that for you.
Wow, I want to see like your younger photos like
Oh,
of yourself.
I did
I
that.
think for me, like you mentioned, I think it's eyeliner. Like you can see I love eyeliner.
Yeah.
And I used to do it when I was really young. It's so funny because me and my best friend, like we would like get out of the house and we would go to like the second floor because like they had like a mirror outside, like somebody's like door. I don't know why. And then we would like take our eyeliner with us and then leave the house and go to the second floor and look at the mirror and do like crazy eyeliner. Literally, like I'm talking about like
Full on.
like
eyeliner.
wings.
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, but she rocked it. But
Yeah, she rocked it.
like
She's
I did
icon.
not for sure. It was like
Yeah.
insane.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Love that. Love that for you. For me, it was like back then they only had the eyebrow pencils, not the brush. So it used to look crazy when we first. There's a scene from Reply 1988 when the like teenagers
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
K-drama,
yes.
she discovers how to do makeup and
Yeah.
it's like
And
bright
she
blue
feels so
eyeshadow.
beautiful for herself.
Oh my gosh! I want to
Until
see.
she went to school and then her neighbor's so funny.
Like speaking of eyebrows, right? Like
Yeah.
when I was in like high school, I thought I did my brows really subtle, but looking back at photos now, I'm like, no wonder why the prefects always called me to the side because my brows looked like it was like tattooed. At that time, it looked really subtle to me.
Yeah.
But now looking at the photos, it's like literally like those bold.
For me, I still don't do brows. So
because you have
Keep it
naturally
natural. It's
beautiful
very nice. It's
brows.
very cool.
Yeah.
Michelle. Okay. All right. Maybe most important lesson that being in the fashion industry has taught you.
for me, being patient. A lot of patience and just listening to the people who have a lot of experience in it. And yeah, just being patient and just trying to understand what is going on and just going with the flow and also like believing in myself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really important one. And I think for me, it's definitely being bold and knowing, you have to know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, naturally, I'm very gentle and soft, at least I think. So I'm learning like the hard way that I have to be bold in the fashion industry. And I have to like, you know.
You have to have your voice.
Yes, I have, and I'm like trying to tell myself it's okay to take space, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for playing round of rapid fire, and we are concluding it right now. We're gonna take it all the way back now, just to the beginning, and so everyone can kind of know what it was like for you guys when you were growing up. So, what kind of a student were you in secondary school back in the days? And also, like, you know, when you were there, what was the first moment that you kind of realized fashion was more than just clothing for you? Anyone wants to?
So for me, as a student, I was very competitive. Still I am. And also very curious child. I need to know everything. I need to have answer about everything. I'll be like listening everywhere. It's a very curious child, but still very creative. I used to create a lot of things, make things myself, like find this and that and create something out of it. Like make something useless stuff useful. And then I think my fashion journey, like I don't say journey, but then how I got into fashion is that like since a child I used to make a lot of Barbies outfits and everything. That's how I get to know myself, like what kind of interest I have and what kind of personality I have. Still I was very tomboyish, yet for my Barbie I used to make very pretty dresses, a lot of colors and everything. So I was like very weird at the same time. I don't know what to say now, but like I had like this, like for myself I was very tomboyish, but for my creative field I used to make a lot of pretty stuff. So I don't know what to say about that now looking back, but that's how I think, that's how my creative, like always think like I'll do something in fashion, but somewhere in the middle I got lost. But then I finally figured it out and here I am.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think for me, I was growing up, I was a really shy kid, a really shy girl. I used to be in my own bubble. Like I used to keep my thoughts to myself a lot, so I wouldn't really speak up as much. So I don't remember like doing a lot of like fashion stuff, but I used to be like obsessed with DIY stuff. And then like maybe this could also be kind of like fashion. I was obsessed with like watching Bethany Moda, like you know, those like Christmassy, like get ready with me. So I was obsessed with makeup and DIY. So I would try to like turn like my t-shirts and upcycle them. I would like, try to make like a tank top out of like a long sleeve. And
Yeah.
there's so many shirts that I literally messed up trying to like make them like, oh, cuter. Like, I've literally, all down the trash.
Yeah. Speaking of all of the things that you shared as well, I think there's a lot of things that come back from like an earlier life experience. Other than those influences, who were your earliest supporters and how did that kind of shape where you are right now?
So for me, my parents was like, do whatever, but do something.
Okay.
So there wasn't a lot of pressure, but like it also comes with a lot of pressure. Like if they said like do whatever, then it's still like
you can't mess up.
Yeah, they're like literally like saying like do something, like not like other parents, like no offense to other parents, but like they're not like don't do this, study doctor, be that. Like my parents just wanted to see me graduate with the coats and hats. That's it. That was all there. Like they asked for me, and then I did other degree as well before in coming in Hong Kong because I didn't know a lot of people here. So I was like just did whatever I could do, but then I never felt satisfied to myself about that. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just gonna follow what I really think I should be doing. So I did that, and my parents were okay with that. So they were like, they did not say anything, and they did not even say a good thing or a bad thing. So they were like in the middle, maybe.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So for me, my parents and my friends.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's
yeah, it's very important to have like really supportive like household, especially as a child.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's my Christian family. Like my family they're not religious, but I did found my way through like Christian group of people, and that's where I also started my faith journey, I think. So they've been really supportive about my studies since I was really young. I mean, my parents, they never really pushed me to study, like, I don't know, my parents were like very work mindset. They wanted me to like, oh yeah, do the primary and secondary, and then like they wanted me to work.
Yeah, it's like survival.
Yes,
yeah.
Our
parents, like first generation, they'd be like, it's so tough. It's such an expensive city. You gotta put your head down and work. So that mindset of like hard work, but
like the hustle culture, and then like just earning, right? But my dad was a little bit more supportive. He's understood the importance of like studies and pursuing like a higher education. But what spiked that was definitely like my church family people. They really supported me, and they were there for me like. They were like my guidance, I would say.
Yeah, that's very beautiful to find people outside of your family.
Found family, chosen family.
Chosen family.
Yeah. Okay, and then to wrap up this round with something that's kind of a wholesome picture, but maybe you might have talked about it a little bit as well, which is what's the first piece that you ever made, fashion piece, whether it's accessory, clothing, you mentioned the Barbie and the t-shirts.
So I cannot think of exactly what, but in my fashion school, we have to make lot of things before, but then what comes in my head is like I made like tiny small bag, like just a tiny little bag, and I write down Prima Couture and then give it to like my friend, like this is for you.
You're manifesting.
So it was like just a tiny, so it was like before we have to make a bigger stuff, we had a lot of garments, a lot of pieces, and I was like made a little bit, like I think I got like back to my childhood, like it got back to my Barbie stuff. That's why I don't know. It just came to me. I was just making it. Like I was so happy about it, and I was like, okay, this is for you. And then my friend was making fun of me, but I still loved it. So I think that is the one.
That is so cool.
I just remember about that just now.
Prima Couture.
That's so like literally you're manifesting since you were a kid. You're like Prima Couture.
That's the power of manifestation, guys.
Yeah. For me, like I said, I did a lot of DIYs, but they didn't turn out well. I would like try to cut up like, crisscross back and stuff, those things. But like I said, because I didn't do fashion like from a really young age, and I also topped up. So I only studied fashion for 2 years actually. So when I got into fashion like on my 3rd year, I went straight into intimate apparel and activewear, and this like, because those are like very fitted to your bodies, so the sewing techniques are a lot harder. So on my 1st year of uni, but it's actually 3rd year, I had to straight up sew like a really constructed bra and panties. That was like such a big challenge for me, because before that I've never really sewn anything. So like on my first year, I had to sew like a bra. I was like, oh
And
my
also
god,
those
it's
are
all
very
smaller.
hard to make. Especially longer pieces, you can just do it. But these small pieces that you need to be very perfect with the linings and everything, it's like
The
craftsmanship.
craftsmanship. Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
very like
Yeah.
exactly. Even 1 mm is such a big difference. Yeah.
Now we're gonna go into like the nitty gritty of your life as a fashion designer, fashion design student. What does a typical day or week look like for you?
Yeah.
Very hectic.
Yeah, like I would say very hectic, and my schedules are really packed because I do like work in the corporate side of fashion. So I work Monday to Friday, 9 to 6. Like I'm an office rat, but the schedules are very busy as an assistant technical designer. Like just technical design in general, we have to work with a lot of models with like tight schedules. Yeah, it's very packed, but it's also like really fun, like learning new stuff and checking out the garments that's like being sent from the factory. But I like to, because I feel like this work, although I love what I do, it doesn't really fulfill like my like the creativity like within myself.
That artistic stuff.
Yeah, like job is job, like like I'm making a living, I love what I do, but it's like for me, I like to do like creative stuff outside of work as well.
Yeah.
So even like just like being here and talking to like students, like that's really fulfilling for me personally. And I also like to do other stuff like I make resin as well. Like this necklace, I just recently made it. So I love creating like jewelry and accessories. I guess I'm just trying to like stay creative in other ways, like whether it's like making vlogs or making content. I like to indulge in other creative stuff as well.
That's so important to keep the spark alive in you when you're when the creative thing becomes your job. It becomes a little tough to
it's also to
find
work
your own
under
space.
other people, and then also for the creative people, you need to have your own creative juice going on.
Outside.
And so for me as well, very hectic as a student. So wake up early. Forget about the other life. So just go work, do a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of classes to attend. And like it's not like you can miss classes. You can miss classes, but if you really love what you are doing, then you don't want to miss the classes. Because even if you miss one class, finish, like the teacher might be very busy to teach you the next time, and our classes are 3 hours long. So even if I have only 2 classes, it's like 6-hour class, and I have like an hour break, and I'll be doing some of my own stuff, like doing a lot of other classes works as well. So it's like very hectic. So for me, what I say for the people who want to join a fashion is, if you really love fashion, then join it. Don't just waste time, because like it's take a lot of your mental and physically it takes a lot of things from you. So a lot of time you need to give, and a lot of dedication, and a lot of other things as well. So it's very hectic. But if you loved it, then you love it. So for me, even if I'm very tired, then I'll do it. So I had 6-hour class today, and I'm here talking again. So it's like I love what I do. So that's what I want to say
for
about
fashion, like you have to love what you do, or else you're basically just wasting your time.
And also like, if you don't really love fashion, then you cannot even like do many years. So for me, there was a lot of people in our classes. Now we are just a little bit, because they give up in the middle. Even though they looks like they can do it, but like for fashion, it's not always about look. It's about your mental dedication, because it takes a lot out of you. One time I have seen sun rays and go down just there in front of my eyes, because I'm a knitwear student. So I think that also helped me to be a little bit more patient nowadays. Because I used to be very like aggressive about things. Now I'm like, do whatever, just let me be in my spot and all.
Finish my panel.
Let me just do my stuff. Like, don't rush me.
Like you mentioned, like talk to the machine.
I talk to the machine as well, because if something broke, then everything broke. So I used to like, really, please help me out. Help the sister out. I used to talk to the ghost as well.
Oh my gosh.
Because I have to stay overnights and all. I used to do a lot of overnights, and then I'll be alone in the studio in the whole floor, and then there will be some sound from the AC.
Oh my God.
I don't know, ghost. So I'll be like, please, I'm busy today. Please don't haunt me tonight.
Oh my God.
Please come back the other night. I'm very busy. Let me work.
To do like prayers around the room, like mantras.
Like, thank God. I think even even the ghosts are like not gonna do anything to us.
They're like, look at her, she's working so hard.
Like,
Oh.
that is what we talk to our friends as well nowadays. Like ghosts are like tired. Like they're just tired, just looking at us.
They're not
so.
gonna work overtime as well.
Yeah.
You're immune to the ghost.
And then first thing in a fashion
Flow state.
school, they says like first class in a fashion school, I was told, not just me, everybody, it's gonna be very hard. So try to manage it. That was the first ever like suggestion, like first ever things our teacher told us. So you can understand our timing, how hectic it is. Yeah.
I love the realism because a lot of people maybe they have the misconception, and we hear this quite often as well. Those who are not doing creative industry, so this could be like anyone in design, creative design, fashion, architecture. It looks fun, and some people assume it's easy, but you actually have to enjoy what you're doing, and you have to keep on learning. I feel like, and just
you have to grow.
doing more. You have to grow, otherwise
you cannot be what you started. People think like fashion is very edgy, like you know, like they're just doing for fun. But the dedication, the passion, we literally give out blood, sweats because we get a lot of like wounds as well. So it's like blood, tears, and sweats.
Exactly. It's not just all glamour and like what you see on the outside picture. It's a lot of hard work and dedication.
Backstory is not very glamorous.
A lot of mental breakdowns, a lot of crying, a lot of money actually.
A lot of money. A lot of money as well.
It's insane,
that's a reality of the fashion, but we loved it. We loved it. We loved it.
Okay, awesome. That was actually one of the questions as well about challenges, but I think you guys covered that really well. It's basically a lot of work, and you have to basically make sure that you have the dedication so that you have something to fuel you, like you can power through the thing. But that's kind of something really awesome. I think we don't get to hear as often about these industries as well. So it's really cool that you guys have shared that. Are there any tips that you have to kind of overcome these challenges? How do you personally, so you mentioned, for example, talking to the machines and things like that. Like, are there any tips to overcome, let's say, creative slumps, or just feeling like you don't have enough time for your creative pursuits, or for you it's like the hecticness of it? How do you manage?
For me, go touch some grasses. For me, like that, because I'm very. People think I'm very extrovert, but I'm very chosen kind of person. If I like you, then I'm very extrovert. If I don't, then finesse. There is no like going between. So for me, I talk to the people very well. But once I'm at my zone, not talking, nothing, I'll be like, I will not even talk to the people for 3-4 hours, even they're around. I'll be just in my zone. And also for fashion, it's very creative, always working with your brain, because we cannot stop thinking. And even our teacher will like, just carry pen and paper always, like if something, just write it down or just draw it out. So our brain is always working, not even though we are not working or not in our class, not in our office, like we're always working. So for me, whenever I go out, I want to be without thinking or anything. I cannot stop that, but I want to go out of all that and go somewhere I don't know anybody. I don't even have to pretend to be something. So I just go, like, I love to connect to the nature. Just go cycling barefoot. That means I went last week. So I went like island, go somewhere like very natural, like nature thing, like connect to the, touch some grasses.
Nature therapy.
And also like this. Talking helps a lot, and also especially with the people who can really understand you. Otherwise, you'll be like talking to the wall. If they don't really understand you, then so I think it's like a good community you really need.
I think for me, I would say like kind of like similar, like whenever I'm like feeling down or having creative block, I definitely like to go out, but I like to spend time alone. I feel like when I'm having like creative block, I feel like just going out by myself, like even just like grabbing a coffee, like getting ready, like feeling cute, that really helps me like, get back in my, I don't know, like it really helps me like come back to myself.
That's beautiful.
That really helps.
Yeah, or sometimes they have those things where it's like to get you out of the house even if you don't feel like it, but then afterwards you feel so much better. If people pick up like, let's say cameras, if you use like film cameras or your digicams or your phones, you can even take that and go outside and kind of give yourself a challenge to like photograph things, and it's giving you a purpose to leave. I think touching grass and leaving.
Touch grass. Touch grass.
Very solid tips.
Very important.
And we're here in our last section just to wrap everything up and also give some advice to our listeners, whoever's listening, on, you know, some of the things that you guys learned along the way. But I wanted to ask this. We've covered challenges in the last section, but I wanted to hear from you guys. What's your most favorite thing about being in the fashion industry? Yeah.
For me, it's definitely like seeing the samples that are fit on our regional model on the runway, because I work at Victoria's Secret and they just brought back their fashion show just last year. So I feel like really proud, like even though like I'm just assisting and just working on the samples, you know, the samples we get are like in very boring color. It's like white. The factory use whatever like color they have to make the samples, but in production and when the actual samples are out and in the runway, you actually get to see in the real colors. You're like, wow, it's pretty, like, you know. So that's like a proud moment for me, like at least.
So for me, just saying, I work in fashion. Aesthetic fashion is very fun.
Yeah,
and they'll be like, wow.
Yeah.
So the reaction is a very good thing. And also for me, it's like how it gets like creative side out of you. As I say, for me, individuality is really important, and everything that I do is like have to connect it to myself. So I feel like how it is very open for your creative process to come out. So yeah, sometimes I think a lot of people get like depressed and all nowadays, like everybody is. So it's because like they are not like trying to like, you know, get chance to get what they are really are to express themselves. So I feel for in a fashion it's very accepting and a safe space for you to be you. So it's very important for me as well, especially because I'll go crazy if somebody try to case me or try to say like do this, be this. I cannot be that. So for me, what is important is like how open fashion is and like how you can be yourself and still like I work in fashion, I do this and I do these creative things, I created this. Saying that I work in a fashion, I already said that, and also like to be myself. Fashion is really important for me, and that's the most beautiful thing about fashion, I believe.
And it's also because like when I was doing fashion, I didn't really have anybody to look up to, like, or somebody who went through like a similar experience. So I kind of walked into this blindly, and I don't know, in our community as well, like parents, they don't really see fashion as like an actual degree or because
academic.
because it's not like traditional like, you know, career path. So just being in this field, like it makes me feel like, you know, wow, like I'm proud like I actually followed, even though like it was not like supported, like just that itself is like a problem.
And now you guys are the role models for anybody that's younger, that's looking up, because there was no one there before, and now it's like when you guys are in classes, for example, for Runway Ready, the students are, when they're talking to you, when they're looking at what you've achieved, and it becomes a lot more like tangible. You know, when we were in school, if we saw someone that kind of made it, quote unquote, like or sometimes they'll bring like alumni when they're from our schools, to be like, oh my god, like this person went through and they were able to do something, or especially if they picked a non-traditional, quote unquote, like career path, it feels like they've made it even more, because that's a little harder to access. But
and also coming back from not so privileged like community.
Exactly.
So as we all know, I think fashion is very, very, very expensive, and they say like it's a game of the rich. But then not like people from like we come from very culturally diverse country, and we have a lot of creative things, lot of things to give to the country, so, to the other people as well. So I think like people should not like be very conservative about it, because I think like people said fashion is not academic degree, but fashion is one of the very oldest degree as well. Fashion has been there for a long time. There is a lot of new degrees and people are privatizing that, but fashion is very academic as well. Like as I said, there need to be a lot of research, need to be a lot of history. There is a lot of history, and also
sociology.
Fashion is like related to everything, political, economical, if you start seeing culturally and traditionally as well. So I think this is very misconception about fashion, especially in our community, because our parents always like, you know, very traditional way. So I hope like people, whoever is watching this, just come out of your cell and just protest against your parents. Say like, no, fashion is valid. Look at these girls, they're doing it. You know?
Show them this video.
And actually believe in yourself.
Just believe and just trust the process.
And I feel like you get to meet so many
So many different diverse
right?
people.
And they were kind of like, you're like, okay, I finally found my people.
Yeah, so that's what happened. Like when we
Yeah.
met as well, like we like just kind of clicked.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like that. So you'll find yourself and also your people. So that is more important.
Yeah,
In
and also
today's time, yeah.
the beautiful thing is like you know how we met like. You reached out to me on IG.
Yeah.
We had a mutual friend, and she
Yeah.
followed me, and she was like, "Hey, girly," and then like we just started talking like that, and we found out like I found out you also studied fashion. I was like, "Oh, so cool!"
cool.
Yeah.
Small. That's one of the cool things about Hong Kong is how small it is.
Yeah.
You're just like
Everyone's
one or two
everyone
people away from
mutual.
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally know everybody through something
Yeah.
or somebody, like,
Which is helpful, I guess, in the fashion industry,
Yeah.
because then it's like if you want to
Connection.
go somewhere, then you
Yeah.
just have to meet like 2 or 3 people.
Lot of
and-
connection
Yes.
and all.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
So don't be afraid to reach out to people, I guess. Like
Yeah.
if there's
Just
somebody.
be bold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you don't know where it's gonna go and hit what it's gonna
Yeah.
hit, just do it.
Yeah.
Figure it out later.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, speaking of awesome advice, we're gonna go into, let's say if a student is listening right now and they want to be where you are, which is either studying fashion or becoming a fashion designer in the future, what's some things that you would advise them to do right now while they're still in secondary school? Any Instagram accounts to follow, or should they start like learning how to sew, maybe sketching on their own?
Technical things you can learn it in a school, but if you have a little bit knowledge beforehand, then that's very good thing. And also follow all the medias, all the social medias of the high, like luxurious brand, Vogue, all the like not just Vogue and high fashion, especially nowadays. Follow street style, like who is wearing what is going on, how people are expressing themselves. You get to learn a lot of things about that. And also I want to say like do a lot of research on what kind of university you want to go, what kind of career path, because for fashion it's not just fashion design. There is a lot of other field you can go, and it suit like you'll get to know what kind of personality you have along the way, so you can figure out which path you want to choose at the end. So no rush, just do a lot of research, just work on yourself, just keep like research, like you have to dedicate to do research and what you really want, and eventually maybe hopefully us as well will find ourselves as well. We are like in a process of finding ourselves. So yeah, I just want to say that like trust the process and just do a lot of research.
Yeah, and if you're like a secondary school student, like they have to do like a lot of like core subjects, and they might not have like fashion electives, right? So what you can start doing is like do a lot of sketches and work on like portfolio like beforehand. Like there's a lot of like websites, platforms. I mean, we have internet, you know, you make it like use it for good use. There's a lot of platforms like Behance, like I talked about. It's a really great platform for looking for portfolio inspiration. There's like everything in there. And also Pinterest, like there's a lot of platforms where you can get a lot of inspiration from other people, and
Keep saving, like collecting those inspirations somewhere, so that you don't forget it once you're like scrolling. I guess even on IG, if you find a reel, save it. But use folders. Like don't just save it and then you'll be lost.
You can create a folder in Instagram as well. It's very good things nowadays.
But for me, like I usually save things on Instagram and I forget about it.
That's why I have like folders of those. We have to save things for PowerThru to use as real ideas, and I'll just have to save it on a folder.
Okay, that's smart. I think I should start like
using it.
Yes, because I save everything just in one folder, like recipes, like fashion, like it's just in one folder.
Makeup looks,
And like whenever you're sad and the whole life is sad, and it's also gonna go there.
The algorithm.
So organize your inspirations.
Organize, very important. Like,
and research.
It's very important to organize. It's very important.
And it's super important, I think, when you mentioned like learning how to research, because you're gonna be doing this on your own. So it's always good to kind of use your brain as well, and just push yourself to see what do you like, what do you not like. So
you can figure out all of the way.
Don't use AI. Just use your brain first before you, especially for creative stuff.
For creative people, AI is nah.
Like hot take, like I've also been like, I'm not really big into AI, but you know, like the world is adapting. Even like fashion industries, like they're using a lot of AI, which like I'm having like a hard time wrapping my head around, because I like traditional stuff. You know, like I like
that touch of human, like
not exactly
like in creating something. Like even you said like somebody's made this one, right? So if this was made by AI, then we will not be feeling so much of connection towards it. Like if somebody take their time out to choose the color, to choose the pattern, to choose the shape of it, then it means a lot. There is still a human. It's nowadays, I think people. Sorry, I went somewhere else. Yeah, like I kind of feel like we are becoming very shallow, and also because of AI and everything. If we want to do something, ask Google, ask AI, ask everything. So we are losing sense of ourselves.
We're not even asking each other. We're asking some random machine.
Just talk to your friends, ask to the people, just go out, touch some grasses and take picture of grasses and go connect to the nature and just. There's a lot of things in nature. You don't need AI. You can just nature is AI. That's a real hot take.
That's a natural intelligence.
Exactly.
Nature is AI.
And this is a hot take because I do have like friends and also a partner like who loves AI. Like they go to AI for like a lot of important things that I personally wouldn't. And that's why I'm just like not a big fan of AI.
So for if you want to
find
do
yourself.
like find a source, then you can ask AI to find me this source. That is important. But you cannot just ask and then ask AI to create your thing that you have to create by yourself. So don't use AI.
For everything at least.
Okay, all right. And then maybe one piece of advice for you that feels like a cheat code that you wish you'd known earlier. So you know something now, but you wish you had that advice earlier.
Record everything, not as in record by your phone, but write it down. So if you have some ideas today, or just walking and you saw something, you got the idea, record it down, write it down, put it in your notes, or always carry pen or paper, iPad, or just carry something that you can put it down, or take a picture of it and you can take inspiration out of it, because there is inspiration everywhere, everywhere. So not just in AI, so everywhere. So just write it down, take a note. If somebody says something that you really like, write it down as well. Like I said, just record it yourself, because we are creating a history. Like we are gonna be disappear one day. Somebody else gonna read that, or somebody else gonna take inspiration from that. And then just be a part of history. I said, like just don't be something, just don't be disappear. Like just don't be like those bacteria or something. Be human and just like take picture, connect to the people, and just write it down. Everything need to be noted down. I feel like that.
Yeah, that's a very important aspect of being a designer, like record everything. But other than technical skills, I feel like working on your soft skill is a very important aspect, especially if you want to, as a designer or as creatives, you have to work with a lot of people and difficult people, so you have to learn how to communicate, but also like learn how to communicate in a manner that's like safe for everybody, like you are able to voice out your opinion while also like trying to listen to the other person. So that's very important, especially in corporate job as well.
Very diplomatic.
And emotionally intelligent.
Exactly.
Read the room before. Criticizing, or not criticizing, but I guess when you're voicing out something, you want to make sure that they're open to receiving it.
Because I think nowadays everybody talk, nobody listen. So it's very important to listen what other people is saying as well. So you can reply back later on, but just listen as well and talk to them. So that was my problem as well. It still helps. I have because I have a lot of opinion about things. So I'll be that girl who will be like, no. So, but still, you need to have your own opinion, but still you need to learn to listen to as well. You cannot be always.
It's a lifelong learning. I think everybody has to kind of learn that through the years, the hard way for most of us. But I think it's worth it. Definitely worth learning. I think it makes life so much easier once you learn how to.
Not just in a professional way, but also personal.
Personally as well. I think personally we need to be more intelligent than professionally. I feel like that myself, because professionally we already know we need to be this, we need to talk in this way, but personally we don't know how to talk. So I feel so we feel like personally you need to learn how to be unfiltered. Like you cannot just go up to somebody and start saying like random things and everything, even though you know that person, right? Sometimes some thoughts are better not to take it out. So I think professionally we all know how to be professional, like maybe not so crazy way, not like corporate way, because we are not in the corporate myself. So I think personally as well, I think we need to be a little bit nowadays.
Careful with how we.
It might trigger other person and all. There's a lot of aspect of it.
Okay, those are really awesome tips, guys. It's like really helpful. It's like I feel like this is a therapy session now.
Fashion therapy.
Yeah, fashion therapy. Which
Yeah.
is so real, so real.
Yeah.
Or creative therapy is also
Yeah.
something. Yeah. And I guess we'll wrap up with maybe one thing for our listeners. If you could assign them one creative challenge to get them started, like let's say this week, when the
Wow.
episode drops, what would it be? It could be something like, I don't know, redesign your school blazer or something. Like it could be a sketch exercise or something fashion related.
For what I say is go thrifting,
Mm.
and then maybe your personal style is something else. Try to go
Yeah.
out of your box
Ooh,
and try
good
different
challenge.
aesthetic. Maybe that might be your go-to style. You never know. So especially this is for the kids, like
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
kids, not for the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So go out and then try something else you have never tried, and then maybe buy a T-shirt that you'll never wear, and then try it,
Yeah.
and then take a pictures
Yeah,
and
yeah,
post it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like a challenge for like
Students.
It could be, the holiday season is right
Oh.
around the corner.
Yeah.
Maybe you could challenge yourself to make like a DIY gift for somebody you love.
that's
Get
right.
crafty
Yeah.
and personal. Like get hands on and
Yeah.
just let your creativity flow. It could be fashion wise. It
Yeah.
could be non-fashion wise.
Just to be creative.
Yeah.
Creative.
Yeah.
Use your hands. And
Use
your-
no
yeah.
AI.
No,
Yeah.
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 Beautifully
Yeah.
human.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And on that note, that was a really, really fun conversation. We hope you've enjoyed listening to this as much as we've enjoyed, like kind of
Yeah.
chatting
Talking, yeah.
away as well. I think the time has flown by, but thank you so much
Exactly,
for
yeah.
coming onto the podcast. We're like so excited to have you guys.
Yeah,
So
thank you
I
for
never
inviting
imagined
us.
I'm gonna come and podcast
Yeah,
and
me
talk.
too. Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah, me
it's
too. I was like
really
nervous at first, but it just flowed, I think. Yeah.
You guys are now naturals, certified.
Ooh,
certified,
Celebrity.
yeah. And we'll see you on the next episode. So thank you so much for joining us. Bye.
Bye.